Then they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm back then, they didn't want me, I'm back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like back then, they didn't want me, I'm back then, they didn't want me, I'm back then, they didn't want me, I'm blessed now. Talking to her like this. Talking to her like this.
Yo, what's happening, man? It's your boy Rundown. If you're depressed watching your favorite sports team on the football field, but you just can't stop buying their gear, then congratulations. You might be a Raiders fan. But listen, man, don't trip. I got the perfect thing for you, man. Here at the Rundown, we have partnered with Fanatics to bring the nation some of the freshest Raider gear that you can get your hands on. I'm talking jerseys, I'm talking hats, and you know it's starting to get chilly out here, so it's best to grab you some drip for the frosty season while you're at it as well. So tap the link in the description down below, get you some fresh gear, man. Support the channel at the same time. It's a dub for you, dub for me, even though we're not getting that many dubs on the field at the moment, man. So remember, man, tap the link down below in the description to get you some fresh Raiders gear from Fanatics. Now let's get back to the show. Yeah. Oh, yes, sir. What's going on? What is the deal, man? You are back for another episode here of the Raider Rundown, man. Y'all already know what time it is. It is a Monday morning, 11 o'clock as usual. So we checking in at the start of the week, man, to go ahead and get you ready with all your Raider news, everything that is happening around the Las Vegas Raiders. Y'all already know what time it is, man. Hit the like button, okay, before we go on everything, your regularly scheduled programming. Hit the like button, hit the sub button. We're halfway to our 5K goal, man. So we halfway there. We getting very close. So everybody that is new, if you're new, at least hit the like button for your boy. But if you're staying, you're feeling what you're hearing, hit the sub button as well, man. We got a lot to talk about in today's show. This morning, you know, you wake up, you wipe the crust from your eyes, and then you get to seeing takes about quarterbacks in the draft, right? So, of course, we're going to talk about what Dan Orlovsky said about Fernando Mendoza and Ty Simpson, talk about that a little bit, and then get y'all opinions as well. See what y'all want to discuss as far as that. See if y'all buying what he's talking about. At the same time, spark a conversation as well, man. Best and worst of Mendoza, right? I mean, what's some of the good, what's some of the negative? If we're going to take him as a quarterback and be realistic about what we need to do with him, feel like we need to be realistic about his strengths, weaknesses, right? So that's what we'll do a little bit today as well. Talk about us as a team in the AFC West. All right, are we still the last team in the AFC West? And then we'll see when we go on, open it up to questions after that, man. See how we get in through that. But before we do any of that good stuff, man, it is a Raider Rundown show. So we got to go ahead and start off with the most important segment of the day, which is... Gotta hit it with a roll call, man. You already know the deal. Real quick, hold on before we do that. Let me hit that with the roll call. Let's see, man. We got my boy Mike Lopez in the building. What's going on, Mr. Mike, man? Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. As always, much love to you. Machiavelli in the building, man. What's going on with you, big dog? My Blunts and Breakdowns co-host. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Nick in the building, man. What's going on, Nick? Appreciate you for tapping in today on this morning as well, man. I see Carson. What's going on, Carson? Appreciate you for tapping in, big dog. Good looking. Mike says we stay pushing, man. Raiders from LA to Oaktown to LV and worldwide. That's real deal, man. That's real deal. There's not many other teams, you feel what I'm saying? They got the clout in 3 different locations. You know what I'm saying? 3 different locations. Not too many other teams got that type of clout and that type of motion. Silver and Facts. What's going on, Silver and Facts? Appreciate you for tapping in, family. Appreciate you. As always, man. And as y'all know, man, continue to hit down in the comment section. We're going to keep the show moving as always. But some of my early riser folks, y'all already know what the deal is, man. It's much love to everybody that does show up for sure. What's going on? How you feeling, man? Al in the building. Al McQueen. Appreciate you for tapping in, McQueen. Thank you. Will, what's going on, Will? What's going on, family? Let me see what he says. He said, here's my take, fam. It doesn't matter what we think on these guys. Only evaluations that matter are the ones doing the building. Yes, the Raiders are still at the bottom. Okay. All right. Yeah, you still think Raiders are still at the bottom? That's going to be a good conversation. I really want to see what y'all talking about when it comes to that. But let's get this right. All right, let's get this right. So a lot of takes, right, have been flowing this morning, bro. It's been let's just say a funny morning to say the least. Now, you know, on Get Up today, you had Dan Orlovsky discussing what he thought about the quarterback draft class this year, right? And when you look at it, okay, what he was saying, you really got to pay attention to what he was saying, all right, and really look at what he was saying. But I want y'all to listen to it, okay, get y'all assumptions, and then we're going to talk about it going forward. It's 2 minutes, 19 seconds now. So y'all, all right, don't lose me. Don't leave me now. We got to go ahead and figure out exactly what he's talking about, what he's trying to convey. What is he trying to convey to us? All right, so let me get it up real quick. All right. And the conversation that was spoken today was Mendoza's not QB1. Okay, he's not QB1 of this draft class, and this is where we're going to start off the conversation. I see all my folks on Instagram as well that's joining up. Appreciate you for tapping in on Instagram as well. But the conversation starts here. Okay, Mendoza's not QB1, and this is coming from Dan Orlovsky. Now, before I continue on what I think, let's hear what he says, and let me refresh myself on what he says, and let's see if it makes any type of sense. All right, let's see if it makes any type of sense.
In this draft, going back to the middle part of the season where he seemed to be trending towards QB1. Yeah. And then the season went on and there became no question that Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first quarterback taken in this draft. Certainly that is at least the conventional wisdom, and Ty Simpson could fall anywhere in the first round. You have looked at the tapes. What are you seeing?
I think Ty Simpson is QB1. I think Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this class.
My guy, Steve. What up, Steve?
When you look at the body of work and what was asked of these two quarterbacks.
All right, let's go back. Hold up real quick.
I think Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this class. I think when you look at the body of work and what was asked of these two quarterbacks, you have to start with the question, who needed to do more to carry their football team to play well? Ty Simpson, and it's not close between those two quarterbacks. Who took more games over throughout the course of the season? Ty Simpson. It's not even close. And if we're asking, like, okay, we're trying to see what you are as a player in college and what you're going to be asked to do in the NFL and what translates. I start with, what do you do in moments of panic with the football? Because that's really what separates good to great. I would tell you that Ty Simpson is more consistent in that regard. There's not a ton of moments of panic out of Fernando Mendoza. And then there's moments when he immediately drops his eyes and becomes a runner. Ty Simpson more consistent in that. What guy was asked to do more NFL throws? When I say NFL throws, I'm talking 15, 20, 25-yard in routes, crossing routes, deep corner or sail routes. Ty Simpson, and it's not even close in that regard. Downfield throws, the posts and the goes, I think they're close. Mendoza throws a lot of go routes, and he's good at it, but I think they're close. RPO, get it out. That's predominantly what Mendoza's offense.
So yeah, there's that. I might have to, let's keep going.
Right.
Might have to cut.
And I think throwing on the move.
Y'all got to get the whole context
equal. So when it comes to moments of panic and big throws, real NFL throws, I think it's clearly Ty Simpson.
So it is. I mean, to be clear, this will get a lot of attention.
There we go. Y'all heard it here first. If y'all didn't hear it already this morning, but Dan Orlovsky stamps it right there. Ty Simpson is the best quarterback in this class. Gave the reasoning, right? Now, let's deduct the reasoning. Let's talk about it. But real quick, I want to hear from y'all. Y'all tell me, after listening to all that, listening to the soliloquy, right, about what Dan believes Ty is better at than Fernando, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Let me know down below. Let's talk about it. Let's get it in. I want to hear from y'all first, man. I know 805 happy as hell. 805 happy as hell. My boy Quirk, what's going on? He says, he said he watched the tape. Plenty of other people, watch the tape and maybe have some different opinions and all that extra. So, I don't discount the fact that Dan Orlovsky watched the tape. I ain't going to discount that fact. But, we can disagree, but we'll see. Steve says he bullshit. They got the same age. The push is the Ty Simpson push has primarily came from D.O. I will say that. Mike says, I guess being QB for a national team doesn't count. See, something he said in there, I definitely disagreed as soon as he said it. But we'll continue to talk about it. He's smoking crack that really good crack. That's how y'all feeling? Bueno. Q put this bum on blast this morning. He said Orlovsky and Ty Simpson have the same agent. Oh, if that's true, then all right, bro. All right. Nah, hell no. Don't stay out of it. We need your opinion. That's what we need. You feel what I'm saying? If you're a Bama fan, that's the best actually opinion I'm looking for. Watching Ty Simpson, okay, and then looking at Fernando, how do you feel? I need to know this answer to the question. You feel what I'm saying? That's gonna let us know or not. Jerome, what's going on, man? Keep bringing that fire content. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you just for tapping in. Will says different systems require different abilities. I agree. I don't like that. Aaron says a month until the draft, no real news, so media got to make news and generate clicks. D.O. and Ty Simpson have the same agent. That tells me all I need to know as to why he's pushing Ty as number one. Yeah. If they have the same agent, bro, that does kind of fuck around with me. Silver and Facts, Q outed Orlovsky. They had the same. If they got now 805, we know how you feel. But if they do have the same agent, that is a little I don't want to hear from D.O. You feel what I'm saying? To be honest with you, hearing that they have the same agent, I take your opinion more seriously than what the fuck I just heard. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that. That you got conflicting interests. You got conflicting fucking interests. Now let's talk about it, bro. What he said, and let's dissect. Okay. First of all, when the number one point I'll point out, okay, and this is my opinion that I definitely don't agree with, was when he said what quarterback was asked to put the team on their shoulders more. And he said it was Ty Simpson and not close. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. You feel what I'm saying? Because look, I'm gonna keep it a bean, bro. Yes, Ty Simpson had a couple games where he had to do things. You know what I mean? And he definitely had a couple games where he had to carry that Alabama team because they had no running game, had no this, had no that. But we talking about pressure moments, correct? He said something about pressure moments. Pressure moments, I'm not going to agree that Ty was better than Fernando in pressure moments. I'm not going to do that. Now, we can separate different traits. That's what we're going to do here on this show. We're not just going to clump them all in together and all that extra. We're going to separate the different traits. As far as pressure moments, fourth quarter, need to have it, put your team on your back. I'm not even going to entertain the idea that Ty Simpson was better. There's multiple examples of Fernando doing that this year. So that's just the one thing that I don't like, right? That's the one thing I don't like. Now, as far as the NFL throws, we can do that. We can talk about that. As far as the NFL throws. Yes, I agree with that. That Ty Simpson had to throw more NFL throws at Alabama. I do agree. So remember, we got to keep it real around here. He was asked to do more over the middle. He was asked to do more intermediate throws. He was asked to do more at the line of scrimmage. I'm talking about Ty Simpson. He was, right? He was. He had to check and do all that shit. He didn't have a Signetti helping him with that. Okay? Now, where I've always argued this is that we act like Fernando didn't do those things at Cal. Right? At Cal, he did those things, but then he switched the offense coming to Indiana. Okay, so there are throws at Cal where he is throwing those intermediate throws. Now, everybody can say, well, when he was doing that and he wasn't in the RPO system, he wasn't as good, right? This is where the conversation gets to, like, it gets weird for me, right? When people start talking about from Cal to Indiana, and there's like people discredit how much he's supposed to grow in that time frame. You get what I'm saying? I've seen multiple quarterbacks transfer from different schools and get better in the new system that they're in. Right? Now, some people could say maybe it's just the system, it's just what he is in, but at the same time, there are certain things that Fernando did that elevated that Indiana squad that when they had Curtis Rourke, they couldn't do. So that is some of it where I'm like, yes. In this year, Ty Simpson did have more NFL throws. In this year in Prism, yes, he did. But I'm not going to take that as to say I didn't see Fernando do that at Cal and that he can't do that in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know about that, and I don't like that thinking. You know what I mean? I don't like that thinking. So we're 805 gonna stand on it though. That's where we at. Now, see, Brady's learner's permit, there's a little disagreement there. The throws that Ty Simpson was making, especially in the meat and potatoes part of the season, right, where he was going against the long stretch of SEC teams, that portion, he was making some throws, bro. He was making some throws. Like, I mean, some shit where I'm like, yeah, that's an NFL throw. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't deny that. Of course, like as you go on the Mendoza film, you'll be like, yeah, that's an NFL throw. But, you know, as far as what Ty was doing, I do kind of got to disagree with. Ty was doing a little more difficult passes. Now, again, I've asked this question multiple times, okay? Now, everybody knocks Fernando when it comes to the RPO system that is ran. But again, when you look back at what Curtis Rourke was doing, he was doing the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Curtis Rourke was doing the same thing. And I bet your bottom dollar that Josh Hoover, that's there at Indiana right now, is going to be running an RPO system. Why? Because the coach ain't going to change the stripes. You know what I'm saying? The coach ain't going to change the stripes. The coach is going to fuck around and run his system, how he runs his system and he sees fit, which is Signetti. And you know how Signetti is, right? So, how much can I knock on that where it's like, that's Signetti? You feel what I'm saying? Like, that is his system. Again, I've seen Fernando at Cal run that more spread type of offense, right? Run that spread type of offense. So I don't know about that. Now, who you talking about, Mike? You talking about Curtis Rourke or you talking about Ty Simpson and Fernando? Because if you're talking about Curtis Rourke, that's different. But let's see what else we talking about. Mike says the most intriguing player from Alabama is running back Jam Miller. Reminds me a bit of Josh Jacobs' situation. Yeah, I don't know. He had a shitty year. He did have a shitty year. It's definitely live, Dre. You know what time it is. We live. It's Monday morning, man. We definitely live. Stevie says, didn't we watch Indiana versus Bama and Ty shit the bed and Fernando blow them out the fucking water? This is true. This is true. Now, people are going to come at you with the fact that say that the broken rib, I believe the gastritis that Ty Simpson was dealing with hindered the performance, right? And this is why I venture to say, I said this in the group chat I had this morning. Now we start talking about, okay, who's going to be better long-term as well, right? Long-term. We're not talking about just for next year. We're talking about for the next 10 years, right? And I believe for the next 10 years, Fernando will develop better than Ty Simpson. He will have a better development track than Ty Simpson. Why do I believe that? The first and main concern is durability. Durability is one, right? Now I'm not just because you know he got hurt this year. I'm not gonna say like that's gonna be Ty's whole thing, but we're gonna put him in this prism, right? Ty is what 6'1", 200, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me look at what he is. Ty Simpson, and he's already in 15 starts. Your first starts, right? You fucked around and you got hurt this year, right? You got hurt, and let's keep it a bean. He's kind of frail. I'm not saying he's like, well, he's not Diego Pavia, you know what I'm saying? But he, as a quarterback, he's on the smaller side, 6'1", 208. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and the comparisons with him are Brock Purdy, right? Brock Purdy and all the extra, which we know Brock Purdy is a smaller type of quarterback. And we know Brock Purdy has missed time, right? Brock Purdy has missed a lot of time in his career so far. As far as a quarterback, like, come on, bro. Can't miss no games. Now, 6'1", 205 compared to 6'5", 235. You know what I mean? Like the durability is going to be something that's going to be in question for me. I will say that. It will be in question because how long it took 15 games, right? For you to feel some of that action when it comes to these defensive linemen. Now, when I tax on the extra 2 games for Ty Simpson and the extra 30 to 40 pounds of DN muscle, you know, like, what the fuck gonna happen? What's going to happen? You know what I mean? That is where some of my concern does lie. I do want to get from some of y'all like 805 Quirk as well. Let me know if it's warranted, but some of my concerns do lie like that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if he'd be able long term, we're talking 10 years, be able to withstand this punishment. QBs of his stature and mold usually get injured at some points. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you look at all the shorter amount of quarterbacks, right? On the shorter side, because right, we're talking about 6'1" now. 6'1". Brock Purdy, Kyler Murray, maybe, right? I mean, and they both missed time. What's another shorter quarterback? I don't think he's not Bryce Young short, so we're not going to say that. He's not Bryce Young short. Maybe if you want to say Baker Mayfield, you know, but Baker Mayfield struggled in Cleveland with injuries, right? He struggled a little bit until he figured it out, and I think he still kind of deals with it a little bit. Off the top of my head, those 3 come to mind off the top of my head, and all of them have struggled with injury concerns. All of them don't play well into the stereotypes we trying to look at for shorter quarterbacks. They just don't. Now, when you look at the bigger ones, you ain't got to deal with that. You got to deal with that. Now let me see. Let me look what else, man. Let me look what else. Dre says, what are you even talking about? We were debating QBs where one fell off and the other got better throughout the year. That is the next thing. Now, look, Dre, to this, because look, it has to be a conversation. It has to. We can't ignore it, right? We can't ignore it. And at the same time, after this, we're going to talk about Fernando and himself and his strengths, weaknesses. But really looking at it, people will say it's because of his team. It's because Fernando didn't fall off because of his team, right? He didn't fall off because of the coaching staff, okay? But I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. Because if Fernando was playing like ass, even if they still had the same pieces around, right? If Fernando was playing like dog shit, they're going to lose games. They would have lost the Big Ten championship if he was playing like ass. To keep it a bean, you know what I mean? Like they would have lost that. Probably, Alabama, they whooped their ass. But Oregon, they would have lost that shit if he was playing like ass. Like there's multiple games that if he didn't play well, they were going to lose that game. You're going to lose that game. Let me see what else, man. I know you were a Drew Aller fan early. Oh, no. Nah. I'm going to be honest, Spence. I've never liked Drew Aller. Never. Not even last year. I didn't even see what people were saying last year. He inaccurate as hell. I'm going to be real. I think Carson Beck is going to be a better quarterback in the league than Drew Aller. Somebody, you can say what you want, but I think Carson Beck is going to be a better QB in the league than Drew Aller. I definitely think that. Mike Nando, what's going on? We got 3 mics in here. If you don't think the Raiders and Brady are evaluating both these QBs and will select upon that decision, Raiders still could trade out a first pick if they think Ty is better than Fernando. Yeah, I'm not gonna be mad at it. I mean, this is what we're doing. We talking, right? I mean, that's what they're supposed to be doing. Let me see. Mike says, I like Ty Simpson. They ain't really have a running game or a legit threat at tight end. That's a lie. They had Josh Cuevas, and Josh Cuevas was nice. I'm not going to let you do that, Mike. All year, it was Ty and his wide receivers. Yeah, this is true. I mean, he was there. He was there. But it is something to say after the first half of the season, he didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is true. After the first half of the season, not Fernando, but Ty Simpson didn't play well. He didn't. And this is before the gastritis. This is before the fucking rib. Because some people are going to say that's why he didn't play. No, that's not why. This is before that. He started playing shitty before the gastritis and the goddamn broken rib. And he didn't even get the broken rib until the game. So then there's that, right? Next, I will say this. Cuevas got hurt. Oh, he did get hurt. Yeah, he did. Well, I ain't gonna let Mike disrespect Cuevas. Cuevas is nice. He said he ain't have no tight end. Cuevas is cold. I like him. But I will say this, right? Again, that was before gastritis. That was before the ribs. Ty Simpson started his decline. He did started the decline during the season. All right. Now, this brings to the next point. In any other draft class, 15 starts. Come on, bro. 15 starts where like everybody else is mad that you're taking a quarterback that early with only 15 starts. Now we're bypassing, right? Like we're gonna bypass that. That plays a part into it too, to me. Like y'all can play a part into it again. But what I'm saying is 15 starts and you play good for half of them, play bad for half of them. I don't really know what I'm going to be getting. I don't. It's going to take some development. It's going to take a couple things. Whereas, again, some of y'all that just love to discount this, right? Like my boy Mike. I love Mike, but he loved discounting this. How we go from one school to another school and we get better. Right? We go from one school to another school to get better. Most of the guys y'all liked in previous draft classes did the exact same thing. So why, when it's Fernando, y'all don't treat it the same? Cam Ward did it. Cam Ward went from fucking Incarnate Ward. And then he went to where was Washington State. And that's 3 schools. So was I supposed to say Cam Ward was shit because he went to 3 schools? He went to another school and got better and then went to another school and got better? That's what we're supposed to do? Baker Mayfield? Is Baker Mayfield shit? Because he transferred and he went to Oklahoma? Or did he transfer? Or was he a walk? Regardless of it, right? Baker Mayfield did not start there. Did not start there for a while. Joe Burrow Ohio State, LSU. Jaden Daniels, Arizona State, LSU. There's so like I don't like when we're like, oh man, he moved schools and all that. Like, no, bro, he improved. There's more games. We can't just sit there and say just because he went to Indiana, that's why he did everything he did. I feel like that's disingenuous, bro. I really do. Right? I really do. I don't like the fact when people are like, just because it's Signetti, oh, he had all these receivers and shit like that. That's why he's doing good. I don't believe that and accept that at all. Right? There's multiple other things where I've seen multiple people transfer schools and they end up getting better. It's what they're supposed to be. Now, Quirk says, okay, we look at this at it like it's Bama. We just watched what Geno looked like. Ty was basically in the same situation. Look at his stat line. Look at Geno. Yes. And like, yes and no. Yes and no. There was consistent talent there at some points. And there are some points where, and this is where I'll say, we talked about pressure, right? We talked about pressure. That's what Dan Orlovsky said. Like he thinks Ty is better than pressure. I don't agree with that though. I don't agree with it that Ty is better in pressure. He said that, Fernando's eyes drop, and they do drop, and we're gonna talk about that. Like, because there's certain things that Fernando needs to work on, 100%. But during pressure, I feel more panic throws from Ty Simpson than I do from Fernando Mendoza. And when I say panic throws, I just mean like, oh shit, I gotta get rid of the ball. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of like, fuck it, I might take a sack here, or we'll go to the next play. I see, and then that might be more playmaking, right? That might be just a little bit more playmaking going on in Ty Simpson's brain where he feels like he can go and make a play. But there are times, bro, where he has some throws where you're looking like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Under pressure. The Oklahoma games, there were certain times they was getting at and the Georgia games. Now, first Georgia game, he played well. That second SEC game, that was some of that ugly shit right there, bro. That second SEC game against Georgia, that was an ugly performance from Ty. That was just an ugly performance. The stars aligned, all of them, and 2 or 3 star players stepped up around him, and any other QB would have had success according to other people. I don't know. Because Mendoza had the best team in the country. This is where we differ. Because it's like, well, nah, probably, yeah. Because if you're going to say like best coach, then they're the best team. As far as talent, fuck no. And I don't let people do that. Coached, yes. They're the best. They were the best coached team in college football last year. As far as talent, no. They were not the most talented team in college football. That is a stigma that I think a lot of us need to stop, right? Because I'm gonna keep it a bean with you, bro. Even though Ryan Williams struggled, I'm taking Ryan Williams and that receiving core over Indiana's receiving core. I'm taking Miami's receiving core over fucking Indiana's receiving core. Like, bro, come on now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I'm taking Ohio State's receiving core before fucking Indiana's receiving core. Let's be real, bro. Like, they're not the most talented. They are the best coach. They got coached well, but they're not the most talented. Now, rephrase the question, Mike. How many Indiana players are getting drafted in top 3 rounds? Let me know. Top 3 rounds. I would love to know how many Indiana players are going to get selected in rounds 1 to 3. Their best lineman. When have you ever seen a center that is their best lineman won an award in a championship game, not even get selected until damn near round 5 or 6? Because that's where Coogan's going. Coogan's going round 5 or 6. He's not going 1 through 3. It's not happening. Right? Yo, everybody who thought the number 1 receiver, how was this? Everybody throughout the year thought Surratt was the number 1 receiver, and even his ass not going in rounds 1 through 3. Not even him. And let's get the best Indiana receiver is not even in this fucking draft. So I like, bro, come on now. They are not the most talented team at all. At all. Omar Cooper is cool. He's all right, right? He's cool, but he's not none of them other dudes as number ones and all the extra. 4. Probably in the first 3 rounds. 5 Indiana players in the first 3 rounds. Fernando 1. Pons, yes. Now that's defense though, if you want to do that. But okay. 2. Cooper 3. Surratt's not going in round 3, bro. I don't think Surratt's going in round 3. Just not happening. Not happening. He's not that good. He's not that good. Bernard going second round. He going second round for sure. Fisher is not going in the first 3 rounds. Fisher is not going in the first 3 rounds. At least the first 3 rounds, you are at least, Quirk, going to have Caden Proctor. You at least going to have probably Ty Simpson in there, up in there. Jeremy Bernard. That's already 3, right? And there's some defensive motherfuckers I'm probably missing as well that can definitely go up in there, right? So that's at least 3. Y'all at least got 3, and that's off the top of my dome. I don't even know anybody else that's really on your line. I don't like Caden Proctor, to keep it a bean with you, but he's probably going to go in the first round. You know what I mean? He's going to go in the first round. He's not my favorite guy that y'all like, but, you know. Who else? Come on, Quirk. Keep it a bean, bro. Keep it a bean. Y'all got 3 dudes that's finna go at least in the first 2 rounds. At least in the first 2 rounds. Now we talk about Indiana. Okay, Fernando's going to go first round. Cooper, maybe. But he's probably a second round guy, right? Cooper's probably a second round guy. Overton, that's 4. What are you talking about? Come on, what you mean? That's 4 dudes. Y'all got 4. So Cooper, maybe in round 2, right? Maybe. Okay. Y'all brought up Pons to me. Pons might go round 2. He might, depending on what it is, right? But round 3 for sure, right? So that's at least 3 guys. That's 3 guys that I'll say are going to go in rounds 1 through 3. Okay. But as far as first round talents, 1 for sure, maybe 2. Now, as far as everybody else, bro, Surratt's a 4th round dude. Keep it a bean. He's a 4th round dude. You look at, well, you going to take Noah Kwiatkowski? Noah Kwiatkowski is y'all savior supposed to be for Indiana? How he's supposed to be? Well, come on, bro. No. He going somewhere in the back half of the draft. Coogan's going somewhere in the back half of the draft. Aiden Fisher going somewhere in the back half of the draft. Maybe. That's a maybe. You think he going over dudes like Joshua Josephs, Romello Height, right? Dudes of this nature? No. He's not going over them dudes. I don't think so. You know what I mean? You TJ Park? Nah. I don't see that. Don't see that at all. And so, like, that's why it's like Carter Smith, Mike, no. There's no tackle from Indiana that's going to go in the first 3 rounds, I believe. I don't see that at all. But of those 3, that's it. That's the only 3 that I think are there. Again, now Quirk said we was bad, still went to a conference championship and playoff run. That's tie work. Brother, I think y'all had a nice little defense, and that was solid enough as well at times as well. It's all right to say Ty didn't play well at certain times. He did it. And that's cool. But the safety from Indiana, what round he going in? Let me know. What round? I would love to know. What round do you think he gonna go in? Because it's not gonna be early. Know what I mean? Now, again, saying that all these guys, I think they are the best coached, and I think Quirk is right about that. I think they are the best coached team. But as far as most talent, like, okay, wide receiver 1. Let's play the game then. How about that? Wide receiver 1. You taking Elijah Surratt or Ryan Williams? What you doing? Let me know. We'll just go around the list. I can say, you know what? Let's go Cooper. Let's take Cooper because he's the better one, right? You taking Omar Cooper or you going to take Ryan Williams if you had one college season? and you're a head coach, what you doing? I would love to know who you taking, Omar Cooper or Ryan Williams, and you supposed to coach this next season. Next, right? I'll give you another one. You gonna take Tony from Miami, or you gonna take Omar Cooper? What would you do? I really want to see. Exactly. I don't give a fuck. Ryan, bro, is immensely talented. If he get his shit together, he's on par with Jeremiah next year. So that's real deal. You know what I mean? So, boom. Okay. What about Tony from Miami? The freshman. Y'all taking Omar Cooper over the freshman from Miami? That's what y'all do? Because we said they're more talented, right? That's just all I want to see. Do I even got to bring up Ohio State? Do I got to bring it up? No. Either receiver, it don't matter. I pick fucking Cardell Tate. I pick Cardell Tate over Omar Cooper. I ain't got to bring up other buddy. I ain't got to do that. Right? There's no need. Right? So it's, again, we talking about more talent. They're not more talented, bro. They're just better coached. Any real receiver I'm talking about right now that we can bring up, you're not going to take them receivers over. You're not doing that, bro. You're not doing it. Ryan, these dudes is real deal. Let me see what Dre talking about. I'm tired of people saying Fernando's team was that good talent-wise. Fernando dragged his team from losses at least 4 times this year. I will say that now to Quirk and a lot of people's points. Ty Simpson, without Ty Simpson this year, bro, Alabama's in the gut. I will say that. Without Ty Simpson this year, Alabama is in the gutter. They're probably worse. They're probably worse. So think about everybody that watched Alabama this year. Think about it, right? They are probably way worse off without Ty Simpson, as shitty as that is, bro. Because they couldn't run the ball worth a lick, right? Couldn't run the ball worth a lick. The physicality wasn't the same. You know, it was just a different beast when it came to Alabama this year. There's a different beast when it came to Alabama. Now, you know, they were older, you know. But, you know, there are examples of older teams just being ass. Y'all remember, what's that one documentary about, like, it was like a coach and he faked the team name, or he faked having a team or whatever, and all these dudes were like older than was it like Bishop Sycamore or some shit like that? if they were Bishop Sycamore, like I'm pretty sure they'd be getting their ass whooped. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if age has a lot to do with it, to be honest. Because if you fucking suck, you suck. You know what I mean? If you fucking suck, you suck. Yeah, bro. Bishop Sycamore was older than most of their opponents, bro, and they were still getting their ass clapped. It was fucking terrible. If y'all ain't never seen that documentary, dog, please go watch that. Yes. If y'all ain't never seen that, bro, go watch that. That shit was hilarious. And I mean, they had to be out-aging the other teams by at least 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? They was out-aging other teams by 3-4 years. Getting their ass stomped. Shit was bad, bro. They're getting their ass stomped. Nah, Freddie in the building, man. What's going on? Kill in the building. What's going on, Kill? What's going on? Dre, oh, he did. Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Like, you just, first couple sentences, the way he walked in the fucking interview. Remember, everybody walked in the interview, they got the light shining. Motherfucker walked in all cool, like he didn't even do shit wrong, and just sat on down like, all right, bro. You're a little too confident for me. A little too confident after scamming all these children's parents out of money. 805 says Indiana wide receivers are going early because they ran an elementary route tree. Cooper will go earliest because of speed and agility. Their passing game was elementary because their run game was 4th best last season. For sure. Now look. Cooper, I'm just keeping it being though, 805. If you put Cooper in any of the wide receiver rooms, take the scheme out, right? Any of the wide receiver rooms, we're talking about talent, right? He's not better than most of the guys. He's just not. You know, like, sure, we can talk about scheme, but they talking about talent. They talking about he has the most talented team. Nah. Ain't no way this man is allowed to do this on school campuses, nonetheless. He shouldn't even be allowed on school premises. the shit he did. But hey, if they allowing this motherfucker to do it, we'll see. Now, look, this is going to be something that's going to make some people's hearts warm, okay? Because we still, damn, it's 45. We 45 minutes in? What the fuck? What we been talking about? We've been talking about this shit the whole time. But we'll get into this. We're going to talk about the best and worst of Fernando Mendoza. And a motherfucker like me, I like to start off with the negatives. I like to start off with the weaknesses, all right? Because then it can allow us to highlight some of the other stuff. Now look, 805, Quirt, if you feel that, if you're feeling like that, because you three, I'm just saying y'all, because y'all three are the main ones in the chat that's against it. So we need some other comments. Mike too, right? Give me some negatives in the chat real quick. Give me some negatives in the chat. I would love to see from y'all perspective as well how y'all feel, because y'all are definitely like, nah, I don't want Mendoza. So I would love to hear from y'all first, and then what we're gonna do for everybody that likes Mendoza as well. We're gonna challenge ourselves today, right? Again, this ain't just no regular ad Raiders show where we just talk bullshit and all the extra. We learn ball around here. We talk real ball around this show. All right. So what we gonna do? Even if you like Fernando, open your mind up. Open your mind and let's listen to the weaknesses, because he has weaknesses. He does. We're not going to sit here and act like he doesn't have any weaknesses and flaws. He's the most perfect guy ever, because there are certain things he needs to work on. If he doesn't, this first year, it's going to be rough sledding. It's going to be rough sledding. So we'll talk about that. Open our ears up. Before we do any of that, real quick, all right, real quick, before we do any of that, we got to show we got to show something from our sponsors real quick, pay some bills. So let's go ahead and do that. Y'all already know what time it is, man. This show is sponsored by Underdog, right? Make props, win some money as well, man. Help support the show at the same time. If you are looking to support the show, hit the link down below, right? And use code The Rundown. All right, use code The Rundown, and once you do that, new players that sign up with that code, you now play $5, get $50. All right, in bonus bets. Got to change that up, but you get $50 in bonus bets as well, so it can help you in your winnings. I heard, the Lakers was going on a winning streak, right? Basketball is getting full-fledged. I think you even on Underdog can start betting on the draft as well. You feel what I'm saying? So if that's the case, hit the link down below. Use code The Rundown, man. Support the channel. Help me. Help the show at the same time, man. It's much appreciated. Now, real quick as well, man. Let me see if I got this. I should. We paying bills right now, y'all. We paying bills. We got to. Let me see. Image file. Yeah, I do have this. Yeah. Hold on. Last but not least, man. Oh, I thought I did. Well, I guess I don't. Well, we're going to get it back at some point. But either way, while I'm looking for this thing real quick, I found it. Found it. Yes, sir. Also, as we pay some more bills, man, boom. Let y'all know we on the way. We are live and in effect with Raider Rundown merch, right? We live and in effect with Raider Rundown merch. So if you're trying to tap in with your boy, all right, and tap in with one of these OG Rundown tees, all right, we already got a couple orders in. Already got a couple orders for the white. Already got a couple orders for the black. So if you're trying to do that and you're trying to get dripped out in some just real OG Rundown wear, okay, go ahead. You see them buttons on the bottom. Tap in. IG on X. Shoot me a DM, right? Give me the size. Give me what you need. I'll get that to you pronto. You feel what I'm saying? So support the show as well. We got some merch coming. We got even better designs as well. Don't even trip, right? There's just something we can chill and get something out real quick. But we got even better designs coming to y'all very, very soon. So, right, if you want to support the show, hit the links down below. Tap in with me. DM me if you need a shirt, if you need some merch, man. I'm trying to get you dripped out for the summer. Of course, man. Y'all already know what it is. Much love to everybody that is here. And much love to everybody that's been supporting the show, man. We doing some big things right here. We trying to do some big things right here. You already know what it is. Now, let's go. Let's see what we got. Best and worst of Fernando Mendoza. Okay, that's what we're going to do right now and get to talking about what are his strengths? What are his weaknesses? I want to start with the worst. Okay, I want to start with worst. I want to start with weaknesses. I want to get that, open our minds up. And then this is for y'all too. When we start talking about the best, what does he do good, right? I don't want to hear crickets from motherfuckers like Mike and 805. Don't get crickets now. When we got to start talking about positives. All right, when we start positives, we got to do the same thing. Everybody is opening their minds up in this segment. Everybody's opening their minds up in this segment. Now, let's look. First one. Ty Simpson, my boy, just trying to get drafted. He gonna get drafted. He definitely gonna get drafted. If we weren't the number 1 overall pick and we were like somewhere like the Jets or some shit, I'd be probably on the Ty Simpson train. I ain't gonna cap to you. He looked funny when he runs. Yeah. Yeah, he do kind of run like Gumby. I ain't gonna lie. It is bad. We'll fix that up. Well, yeah, get around Tom, right? Get that cool gene. He's too tall. Yeah. A quarterback's best friend is a good run game, which made everything much easier in the pass game. But I mean, 805. Even if we took Ty Simpson, wouldn't that be still the formula with Clint Kubiak as well? I mean, I'm just, and not saying like a divisive, but I'm like, wouldn't we try to do that with whatever rookie quarterback we bring in here? I mean, you need the running game. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter who comes in here. Shit, it could be Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico need a fucking running game, regardless of how it is. I'm easy. If the Jets, Cardinals, or Browns offer the 3 draft picks for the first pick, I'm trading back. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that, though. I've been of the mindset I don't believe those teams are going to do that. But if they do, well, shit. Yeah. You ain't gonna see me on a live stream all pissed off if they do that for 3 first-round picks, bro. Like, I ain't gonna be pissed off. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. I've stamped on that multiple times. Yes, I would take Fernando, but if they don't and they get 3 first-round picks out the deal, I'm not gonna come on here mad as shit. Hell nah. I'm gonna be like, y'all better get the shit right. You better get it right. You got 1 more year of grace because you got the first-round picks. He only fuck with 12 personnel. That is no. And we'll keep it a bean. He might be joking, but this is a real deal, though. This is one concern for sure. Now, this is not, again, this is just concern, weakness. Everybody that reads this, don't take this shit as, oh, run down and said he'll never be able to do this. No, let's grow up a little bit and let's open our minds. Okay. As far as what Fernando needs to work on coming into the league, yeah, he didn't do a lot of under center shit. It just didn't happen, right? A lot of under center shit just didn't happen in Indiana. It didn't really happen to Cal either, right? Not too much. I think he might have did a little bit. I think he might have did a little bit more at Cal. Hold on, give me a second. And we can show you. All right, but yeah, fucking, he didn't do a lot. So that's gonna be an adjustment. It's gonna be an adjustment. Okay, if you're not used to, right? If you're not used to putting your back to the play, right, and then looking back and knowing exactly where your read needs to be, that's gonna take some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. And some of y'all that don't think it's gonna take time, I need y'all to do 2 things. All right, do 2 things. I wish there was like VR shit available. Go in your living room and try to do something off shotgun, right, real quick. All right, shotgun real quick. All right, throw something at a pillow real quick. Now then do that shit like you actually play action, bro. And do the same action. And then you have to throw it quickly, bro. That's a whole different beast and animal because that's getting your eyes down for the fake, right? That's getting your eyes down for the fake, putting you back to the play, turning around. And once you turn around off of that play action, bro, you got to have a clear picture about what you want and quickly, right? Quickly. So it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time to learn. And it's okay. I mean, he's a rookie for me. For me, he's a rookie. So I understand that. There's going to be a lot of people that need help understanding that. Not saying here, but it's a big nation we have. Let's just say that. It's a big fan base we have. Most of the fan base ain't really trying to go into the intricacies of what it is to play quarterback at that level in this system, right? So that's going to take time. He's going to need to learn that. And How much of a learning curve will that be? Who knows? There might be some picks involved with that. There might be some picks involved. Because he might, as soon as he turn around off the play fake, he might think he sees something, right? He might think he sees something and, oh, fuck, I'm going to let it go. As soon as he let it go, somebody going to come right in front of the throw, right? I mean, it's probably going to happen. This is a rookie season, and he's got to learn the position. So I'm not going, even if it does happen, it probably will a couple times this year. I'm not going to trip off that. Now, that is one weakness though. Now, Alexis says 6'5", 236 going to be hard for defensive players to take that boy down. That is true. That is true. See the weakness. We worse till we prove otherwise, even if we have improved the staff and roster. You talking about if we worse in AFC West. Yeah, I feel that. The anticipation love, I don't understand. I see a lot of throwing to open receivers. I think he does have anticipation. I think he does. Now, there are instances I've looked. Now, you're not lying, though, because there are, RPOs and shit that he does, right? But those back shoulders are anticipation for sure. You have to be anticipatory to know when to throw it, right? When he's going to break, what your receiver is doing. So some of that, I think he has that in there for sure. There are some throws where he's getting hit and the window's not open yet and he's still throwing it. Now, do I think he's like Joe Burrow-esque level of that like right now? No. I think people are going like Peyton Manning, like, nah. People are going too far when they say shit like that. But I'm not of that mold where everybody's like, well, nah, he doesn't have no anticipation and like it's just the receivers getting open. I think he does have it. Again, I think no, because you know what? At Cal, I've seen him do it too. At Cal, I've seen him throw in the windows that weren't particularly wide open, or the receiver wasn't ready for the ball yet, but the ball was already out of his hand. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've seen him do it, and I think he has anticipatory skills. Now again, a lot of my basis on my scouting when it comes to Fernando, I mix in both schools. I don't see how you can't. Right, when you scout a quarterback that's went to two schools and has played in two schools, I don't see how like people can not do that. Got to go back, see what he did at Cal. How did he improve from Cal to Indiana? What did he take out of his game? Right, so a little portion of it, I'm like, in the Cal film is a little bit more of that, a little bit more. I say this gunslinger mentality in the Cal film. I feel like, right, whereas you see the Indiana more structured. Right? More structure. You get with Signetti and all the extra shit. And anybody that's in California knows before the coach that Cal just got, right? Like the Oregon defensive coordinator, I believe. I forgot his name. But before this current coach that Cal has, that coach was dog shit. He was fucking terrible. So, I mean, he's been in the game for a while, but that coach was not good. That coach was not good. Gazebo. What's the word with you? Appreciate you for tapping in. That is a nice gazebo, though. I remember people saying Peyton fucking Manning would be a third-round pick if he had a different last name. There are always doubters. That's fine. Mendoza has the size, the arm, the accuracy, and the smart. It's true. People going to doubt it. And we're not going to fully know until we see, until we draft him. And love the idea of Mendoza being a Raider. Didn't like the dusting of my Tide. Hey, and that's all good. I don't want people to say like Ty Simpson is terrible, because I don't think he's terrible. I think Ty Simpson's pretty good. You know what I mean? I do think Ty Simpson. And again, if we weren't the first pick in the draft, like we were the Cardinals or some shit, I'd be talking about trading back. If we were like the third pick, I'd be talking about trading back and getting some more capital and taking Ty Simpson with more capital if we can. You know what I mean? If we had the Jets 2 first-round picks and shit, like I might fuck around. But, we'll see. We'll see. Here we go. Mike Nando. Lack of deep throws could be an issue. Also would like Mendoza to put on some weight. Well, I don't know, Mike. They talking about he 235. I don't know how much more weight I need him to put on. 235, we reaching in Big Ben territory and shit. I don't know about that. We reaching Big Ben. And Big Ben towards the end of his career couldn't move a lick. Now, deep throws. I think he's good at the deep throws where he didn't take advantage of, and this is what we'll talk about, middle of the field deep throws. Just middle of the field, period. Right? Didn't really attack and we're talking about Indiana, didn't really attack the middle of the field. He just did it. That wasn't part of the game plan, it looked like, right? It looked like maybe Cignetti was saying, we know you strong outside, because outside the numbers, and we'll talk about that, that's the bread and butter, right? Outside the numbers, the hashes, that's bread and butter. But inside the numbers, post routes, in routes, right? Things of this nature, digs. He's not really hitting those on the Indiana film, right? Now, not saying he can't, because there's a couple that he's thrown, right? There is a couple he's thrown this year where you're like, okay, there it is, you know, anticipation with it too, okay. But of the majority of film, he didn't do it much. Now, there goes the saying, how much can he do versus what he was asked to do, right? And this is why I go back again. That's why I keep saying it. It's going to get annoying. I go back to the Cal film. He was throwing more middle of the field throws. He was throwing more middle of the field throws at Cal. Cignetti was like, we're not doing that. What reason? We don't know yet. And that is where we're going to have to figure this out as a fan base together. We don't know if Cignetti was like, we're not going to do that because you're not good at that right now, right? And this is something you're going to need to work on as we develop you through the year and as you go to the league. Or is that something Cignetti says to all his quarterbacks? And he's like, well, nah, this is what we do, bro, to keep ourselves out of harm's way. You know? So, question that we're going to have to answer during the season. You're going to have to answer. John says, Mendoza's Tebow persona might rub players the wrong way, and I think the Raiders tried to get rid of Max, so Mendoza's voice would be the new hype intangibles, maybe. But physically, no weakness. Well, we'll see. The only way that I can see Fernando rubbing people the wrong way with his personality is if that shit's not genuine. That's the only way. Like if I found out, and this is just me right now, I don't know about y'all, but it's just me. If I found out that Fernando wasn't really like how he is in interviews and shit outside of that, right? Like if I find out like he like, hold on. Yeah, if I find out this man is doing some other shit, right? He's Bad Bunny when he gets outside of the football field, then I'm gonna be like, all right, well, you know, or he's fucking Shia LaBeouf when he's outside of a football field, then yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah, we need to probably not listen to this motherfucker. We need to probably not listen to this guy. He is as fake as it is, right? And I don't like fake shit in any walks of life, whether it be in this podcast realm, in my music realm, just life, period. I don't like fake shit. I don't like it. If I'm going to stand on 10 toes, I'm going to stand on 10 toes and be who I am and be authentically that. Now, that's the only way that I see Fernando rubbing people the wrong way with this shit, right? Well, if he's really like that and he's really like nerdy and shit, like how he's portraying and all the extra, I don't see how people could just go up to a motherfucker like that and be like, oh, fuck you. You know what I mean? Fucking nerd. Like, I don't see how people can do that. I don't see it. I don't know. See, here goes some people like I am coming here. Please tell me you didn't just come in here in the last 5 minutes. Because if you just came in here in the last 5 minutes, we got to see. You gotta sit down and get some context, bro. Anybody that joins a stream in the first 5 minutes and it's not even the first 5 minutes of the stream, right? And you get to saying, well, what the fuck are you talking about? Listen to the context. See what we talking about. But yeah, I think, you know, that's the only way that he can do that. That's the only way that he will rub people the wrong way with his personality if it's not genuine. My boy, man, Big Bill. Hey, Big Bill, this is the first time I'm seeing you here. Appreciate you for stopping by, Big Bill. Reading defenses and back shoulder throws. Oh yeah, that's his good shit right there. That's his bread and butter. That's his bread and butter. Now, I'm right with you, Aaron. Didn't see many intermediate throws, correct? He doesn't do that. And he has to do that in the pro game. And think about this. This is why I love this conversation. I love talking ball like this, man. Think about this. We know he don't throw many intermediate throws, and mixing in with the learning of going under center and doing the play action, you can see how that will probably fuck him up a little bit to start off the career. right? Like just picture it. We already know that, that wasn't something he did normally. And we know that you weren't under center, putting you back to the play and doing all that shit with the running back as well. Like that's going to cause some learning pains. That's going to cause some learning pains 100%. So you could already see how that needs to be worked on, right? Like that shit needs to be worked on. Jeff in the building. What up, Jeff? He says team trade back. Not mad at you, but I'm not trading back for a bag of chips. Not trading back for a bag of chips. That's the next thing. If we don't get the 3 first rounders that everybody wants, I'm not trading back. I don't care. I'm not trading back. Not gonna trade back for just a swap of a first round and a second round. No. Right? Because if it was that, if they like, oh, bro, we'll trade you. You'll go from the Jets would be like, man, you'll just go from 1 to 2 and we'll give you 16 this year. There you go. Huh? No, I don't want that shit. Nah, hell no. I want something better. I want something better than that. Worst. He's a master of the system and doesn't make any mistakes, but will need to improvise a bit more against NFL defenses when shit goes down halfway. Okay. This is real quick. I need this. Need this real quick. Need this real quick. I'll be real. I have a second round grade on Ty Simpson. I still think he's a better QB prospect than Mendoza. I think Mendoza is very overrated and not worth the number 1 overall pick. Well, I know how you feel at 805. I already know what time it is. See, this is where now we still talking about weaknesses. So I'll wait. I just don't want the fans to kill Mendoza on here if he ain't what we think he can be. They will. Come on, Quark. You know how our fans are, though. Some of our fans even get mad when you bring up the possibility of Fernando sitting behind a veteran, right? Some of them still get mad. And it's like, are we not trying to set this man up for long-term success or not? Like what are we doing? You know what I mean? Are we trying to say we got the best rookie season of all time? Or are we trying to say we have one of the better quarterbacks of our organization's history? Like you can't have both. You know what I mean? Now maybe, you might have both, but way shit goes, bro. You be looking around, quarterbacks that usually have the good first rookie year, they're going to hit the wall at some point. CJ Stroud, Jaden Daniels hit that wall. You know what I mean? So even if they didn't, they have to have the struggle at some point. The struggle got to be there at some point. Now, this is something that I'm very not concerned, but this is something that I'm very surprised that a lot of y'all didn't bring up, and maybe you did because I haven't scrolled down yet. But this is my number 1 concern with Fernando, and I mean like above everything. He's got to get this shit correct, because if he don't, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. My number 1 concern with Mendoza is his fucking pocket presence, y'all. His pocket presence, I'm gonna keep it's abysmal. It's abysmal. It's not like that was one thing out of everything, right? Out of everything that everybody says he's like not good at. I don't necessarily agree with a lot of things, but one thing that just from my evaluation, when I looked and watched, I'm like, bro, this is not as good as I thought it was. His pocket presence, bro, is not as good as I thought it was. And I need y'all to hear me on this, right? And you just watched our 48-year-old owner yesterday, correct? 48? How the fuck old is Tom Brady? Doesn't matter. I just watched him yesterday at damn near 50 years old. Still have that same pocket shit where he slide, move to the side, hit a throw. Boy. Hey, boy. Hey, Tom Brady, that shit was beautiful. Shit was beautiful. I love when I see shit like that. But Fernando's not doing that right now. Oh, I'll keep it a bean. It's Ty right now. Ty, well, they're both kind of, but because they both are kind of panicky, right? They both kind of panicky, dog. But I would say Ty's a little bit better. 909 in the building. What's going on, man? I seen somebody say something about the IE as well. Hold on. somebody said something about the IE, and I seen you somewhere, but I lost this so many damn comments. But anybody, the person that said shout out to the IE brethren, always IE family for life. Y'all know what it is. But let's keep going. Pocket presence. I don't know. They're both kind of bad though. I'm gonna keep it a bit like they're both not great. They're both not great at pocket presence. So, but with Fernando, if we're talking about him specifically, Fernando, bro, it was very surprising what I saw. My Kurt, there we go. My brother. Hey, shout out IE brethren. Nah, it ain't about that. We talking about weaknesses and strengths. We gotta be real, right? We gotta keep it a being. Even if you like Mendoza, you have to be able to know what his weaknesses are. So when the season comes, we're not surprised. You feel what I'm saying? We're not surprised. Hell yeah, boy, Fontana all day. Y'all know what it is. Fontana all day. 909, man. We out here for real. Any of my IE brethren, y'all know what it do, man. And pretty soon I'm gonna have some things out here. I'm gonna have some things out here as far as some more events and shit. Cause I need to start popping out, man. That event on the weekend was fun. That shit was hella fun, meeting everybody, doing all that, man. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But real talk though, I would say the pocket presence needs to get better, bro. There are times, and like if you just watch in the Miami game, right? The Miami film, that's one. There are two instances, and I'll give y'all two games if you want to go back and watch them on what I'm talking about. Iowa and Miami were two of the worst examples. You can find other ones, but they're two of the worst examples of his pocket presence. Whereas, like, bro, he has Ruben Bain coming off the side, right? He got Ruben Bain coming off the side. If he just steps up in the pocket, there are a couple times, bro, if Fernando just steps up a little bit, step up, right? Let the rush hula hoop around you, step up in that pocket, keep your eyes downfield, hit the throw over the middle. There's a couple times that Fernando did not do that. Whereas saying like, okay, it's cool, you didn't turn the ball over, right? You didn't throw an interception, you didn't fumble the ball when they hit you and all that extra. Sure. But there's more to get out the play, right? We know he's not going to be fucking Josh Allen or all the extra. Now, I'm not saying he's unathletic like Jared Goff, but we know he's not going to be Josh Allen. The best way for a guy of Fernando's skill set to maximize his skill set is pocket presence, moving in the pocket, right? Finding space in this short area. Our owner was a fucking master. Bro, I shit you not. I could probably watch a full 10 to 20 minute video of Tom Brady just moving in the pocket. Just moving it, bro. I could watch. There's probably a 20-minute video of him just doing just that. No throws, no nothing else. Just the movement. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that is the one thing he has to work on. If he works on that, he's going. It will get good. You know what I mean? He'll be better. But if he don't, this rookie season is going to result in a lot of hits for him. It's going to result in a lot of hits for him. So that's where I'm at, man, because he needs to be able that, or because I'm looking at these chats, he needs to be able to move around the pocket, need to be able to make space for himself, find open receivers down the field as well. Keep your eyes up, right? And this is another weakness I'll point out. When he does escape the pocket, his eyes aren't up all the time. Meaning, there are some quarterbacks where you're like, okay, we kind of, like, for example, Patrick Mahomes. Even if he escapes the pocket, you're still like, all right, well, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like, do I rush him? Do I stay in coverage? Why? Because you know damn well he's not really looking to run, right? I mean, Mahomes will run, of course, but what he's looking for is to find that motherfucker going downfield and catch you slipping, right? That's what he's trying to do. With Fernando, it's more like, once I get out the pocket, fuck it, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he going right into Forrest Gump mode. And that's fine. But in the NFL, dog, that's leaving food on the table. You know what I mean? You can't immediately, once you get out the pocket, just do that and try to, now if the yards are there, do it. But he got to start escaping, keeping his eyes downfield, finding somebody deep, right? These are what's going to separate him. If he's going to be that field general, he's got to separate himself like that. That's what the elite field generals do, right? If you're not a Jaden Daniels, if you're not a Caleb Williams, if you're not those type of quarterbacks, if you are more of the mold of because I'm going to put it like, I don't think Joe Burrow isn't that either, right? Like Joe Burrow isn't Josh Allen. He isn't Caleb Williams. He isn't all that extra, but he's the most elite field general in the game. He just does shit that what elite field generals are supposed to do, bro. Keep your eyes downfield, move around in the pocket, find somebody, run when you have to. Joe Burrow's the most elite at it that I know. And that's just me. But if he can do that, then we'll be there. 805 weaknesses, not great off platform. No. And I didn't even see your comment, 805, about out of structure. So like we on the same accord, bro. We on the same accord. Off platform is kind of ugly too. It is kind of ugly. Now, when 805 does say off platform, those are throws that he has to make on the run and moving. You know what I mean? It's not the best. Now, I'm gonna keep it a bean. The way people talked about him in 805, the way people talked about it, they made it seem like it was dog shit. This is my honest opinion. I honestly think because of how goofy he looks throwing the ball off platform, I think that is some of the reason people be saying that. I'm not, I shit you not. It's not great, right? I'm not sitting here trying to debate like his off platform thing is the greatest in the world, but I think some of the disdain for it too is how ugly the shit looks when he does it. Because it's real weird. It's real weird throwing motion. Because he doesn't have a picturesque throwing motion to begin with. He kind of got like his throwing release is like Phillip Rivers-esque, right? And I'm not talking about like the way the way it comes out of his hand. I'm just talking about the motion of it. The motion of it. It's low-key a little Phillip Rivers-esque to me. I ain't gonna lie to you. So it's just some of the throws he makes and doing that, they're gonna look fucking ugly, right? They just look. I don't think there are certain throws that Phillip was making back in the day where I was like, damn, Phillip, that shit look like it hurt. The way Phillip throw, like, it look like this shit hurt, bro. Like, there are certain times shit just didn't look good. Glime Street, Ty Simpson and pocket presence don't go in the same sentence. Oh, man. Kurt, what up, man? I'm still on the trade back, and a lot of you, he's the best QB ever. Shit is just wild. He's the best QB in this draft. Reading blitz, pocket presence are an issue. Yeah. My boy, yeah. Hey, look, I eat deep in this bubble. I love it. Viegas, what do you say? You in Fontana? Hell yeah, boy. Fontana all day. I'm in there right now. Looking to move currently, man. We saving up bread. I'm trying to save up this YouTube bread, right? So me and Lady Rundown can go get a spot soon. You feel what I'm saying? Go get the big spot soon, but we close. We very close. Respect to my brother Marcus Banks in the building, man. What's going on with you, Marcus? Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Viegas says QB, his IQ, leadership, diagnosis are elite, arm is great, but yeah, he does need to improve presence and strength. Yep. Say you in Fontana. You went to AB? Hey, that is fine. Okay, yeah. I'm a tap in with you and Pops, no cap, because we about to have some more shit out here, man. We about to have some more events out here and really get it cracking, meet some more people, man. Especially when I go to games and all that shit. Definitely want to meet some of y'all. So when we go to games, the tailgate is lit. You know what I mean? Say less. I got you. You know, I'll let y'all know week, month in advance if I got to. That Rundown is a real person. Exactly. No AI was made in any media for this last weekend. No AI was used. 805 says a lot of sacks he took was because the lack of adjusting the line protections pre-snap. He combats defensive pressure with RPO. Could be the system. Still presents the question if he can process it. And that's 805, we was on the show together and shit. That's the question I keep presenting, and it's something that will not be answered. We can't answer it until we draft Fernando, which is what was he asked to do versus what can he do? You feel what I'm saying? And we're all going to find that shit out together. That's the scary part. That is the scary part, right? And I will give y'all that. Everybody that's on the trade back scenario, I do get scared when I'm like, we're going to have to figure that shit out, And if we figure out that it was what he cannot do, right? He just can't do it. Well, by then, it's too late, right? It's probably too late for you to figure that shit out. So, yeah. Going against those Miami players with the tackles IU had and stuff. Oh, for sure. For sure. That's the most realistic NFL style defense he was going to face. But there were times on film against Miami, he could have helped those tackles out by stepping up, by moving around. You know what I mean? He could have helped them a little bit more than what he did, because standing stationary against those ends, those edges, you can't do that, bro. Hey, 5, boy, 5. Look, hey, we gonna make something connect out here in the IE, man. It's too much of the brethren out here. Penn State also, if not for the backup QB, they lose that game. Aller is a good QB still and would be a late gem. I don't know. Aller's accuracy is terrible for me, bro. It is terrible. Yeah, I do think Ty is a little better though. I agree with you there. I think Ty is a little better pocket presence than Mendoza for sure. I definitely feel that. I agree with this 100%, Gazebo. Aller is a guy with all the physical tools, but just something's missing, dog. Something's missing. My boy Dixon in the building. What up, boy? What's going on with you? He says, do you think Mendoza's starting week 1? No, I don't. I do not. And that's just because I think we get a veteran. I think we're going to get a veteran to start, and we should. I don't, again, a lot of people are going to say, well, he's number 1 pick. Why is he not starting? I want him to be as good as he can be once he gets out there. Good as he can be. And if that requires Joe Flacco or Kirk Cousins to get out there and fuck up a couple times for him to see that and understand, so be it. So be it. I'm with that. Jack in the building. What's going on, Jack? How you feeling, man? Nah, he don't, bro. He don't. But it's all right, man. It's all right. He trying to regulate. He really don't. But he trying to regulate. That's why he's so strict. You know what I'm saying? I be telling my boy, you got to loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I find him a nice little AI bot to get right with, but he's squeamish. My boy, what do you say? Greg, run down. I don't get all the discredit for Mendoza. Dude proving his way from high school to Cal, Berkeley to Indiana, now to the NFL. How much more do people want to see him do? It's what it is, bro. It's life. You know what I mean? That's life. I love it. Because and look, I take this in my bank. This comes from my QB evaluation. Right? 805 has his own. Mike has his own. A lot of people that do or don't like Mendoza have their own, right? But just from my experience, I take a lot of stock in the improvement you make in school, right? Because none of us there are no pros until you're actually in the NFL. So even right now, he's still not a pro, and there's still a lot of shit he's got to work on as a college kid going into that, right? But I take a lot of improvement or a lot of stock in the improvement that a quarterback makes while he's in school. For example, right? The quarterbacks I've liked before in the past. Okay, I fucked with Jaden Daniels heavy when he was coming out of LSU. Now, some people can say, well, it's easy to say now, but you can go back, right? You can go back to some of the shows and conversations I was having with a lot of people about Jaden Daniels. I fucked with him heavy. Big reason I did was because I watched Arizona State, and I watched him improve from Arizona State to LSU and saw what he did in that time frame. The numbers aside, but just saw the improvements he made, right? Same shit for Cam Ward, right? When he came out, it's like, all right, yeah, I saw what he was doing at Washington State. You saw what he was doing. I didn't think he was a first-round pick at Washington State. But, you know, you see him improve, and you say you take that to the bank. You take that to the bank because you saw what he did going from school to school and improvement. Not only that, different systems, right? Okay? Some people didn't like it, but I felt that way about Shedeur last year, right? Shedeur last year, I felt that way, and I still will stand on that Shedeur will be a pretty good quarterback in the NFL. But I looked at him. You go from Jackson State, right, to Colorado, and your numbers improve. You improve in better competition, right? You up it, and with that better competition, you still improve. You don't fold in the moment, right? I take that to my bank. Those 3 quarterbacks, bro, you see that shit, and you're like, all right, yeah. You know what I mean? Well, those is, you know, just my examples. But for me, and those 3 quarterbacks, they all had the defining trait of you're going from school to school and you're improving, right? You're improving not only numbers wise, but you're improving on the shit you need to work on from school to school, and you're making that school better by you being there, right? So, you know, that right there for Mendoza, for me, I take that into his bank. What is 3-star recruit, high school, Cal, really, you know what I mean? He had to struggle at Cal. He didn't even start, you know, when he first got to Cal. That's some people may think that, but when Fernando first got to Cal, he was behind some people, then got in like halfway through the season and all the extra shit. So like there was tribulations at Cal, but going from there and improving, going to Indiana, I'll take that to my bank. You know what I mean? I will take that to my bank. So that's been like one of my things when evaluating these quarterbacks. Like, okay, how did he improve from school to school? Fernando fits that and checks that box for me, right? About what he does school to school, how he's improved in the areas. So I'll take it to my bank that he can improve a little bit more in the NFL, right? And do that as well. Yo, that is a fact. Hey, shout out his boy. Appreciate you. This is a fact. Jaden Daniels is from the IE. Y'all want to hear something fucking crazy? Y'all might not even believe me, but I got some people to back it up. When I was in high school, I played against Jaden Daniels. And when he was at Cajon, I think it was my senior year. Yeah, either senior or junior year. Either one of those, but I played against him. He was nice. He was nice back then, bro. I ain't gonna cap. He was nice back then. I remember we was watching them motherfucking films. You know, you had your head coach, you know, you in high school, your head coach is like, hey, bro, you know, you got to watch out for buddy right here. At the time, though, right, Jaden was young. They had like a big-ass receiver on their squad at the time. So it was, you know, he was still coming into his own. But, yeah. We from the same area, 100%. 100%. Let me see if I can find it, actually. Why we even on this motherfucker? Boom. But it's a very small world. It is a very small world. My sister went to school with CJ, so there's that. I mean, obviously he went to Rancho, we went to a different school, but they was in the same cliques, same circle. So I knew about CJ already because he was over there in the Rancho area. So I already knew what time it was with him. Yeah, bro. Bryce, I didn't know Bryce. Though. It's different. You know what I mean? I ain't know Bryce. But other than that, there's a shitload of people that came from around here that you know, mainly of them quarterbacks, though. No cap. When I'm looking at like the IE, like main guys, quarterbacks. But I've been around a lot of people in my time. As y'all already know, I mean, me and Algier played together, so there was that. You know what I mean? Shout out to him for just signing that nice little contract he got too, bro. That's great. Shout out to him. You know, shout out to his lady. Shout out to his family, bro. Like he had a great family in high school. They was always supporting and all the extra, man. So, you know, that's great for him. He was able to do that, bro. Proud of that little motherfucker, man. He doing his goddamn thing, man. He is doing his goddamn thing. But yeah, Kenny Clark. Still playing in the league, bro. Still playing. You know what I mean? We got some guys out there, bro. I seen Allen Iverson destroy people on the football field when I was a young kid. Ooh. You must have seen some shit back then, boy. You must have seen some shit. Viega said, fun fact, I used to work in the jails. I had his cousin on my caseload. Jaden wanted to be a Raider, was afraid to be drafted by New England. He told his family, oh, I know, because we had AP. I knew what time it was, bro. I knew what time it was. Ty went from not starting over Bryson Milroe 2 times to top 10 QB in the country, SEC championship game, and then playoff run, first try. Yeah, he did his thing. You know. But old St. Nick wanted Ty, right? And if old St. Nick wants you, you got to have some type of talent. What was Ty coming out of high school? What? I don't give a fuck about stars, to be honest. But what star was Ty coming out? Was he like a 4-star, 3-star? What was he? Before Vic and Aaron, there was Allen Iverson. Dog. Yeah, Allen Iverson, I don't know. Who knows if he could have been better at football than basketball? That would have been something to see, though. No cap. That would have been something to see. Prez, we're not that old. Speak for yourself, all right? I'm not in my 30s yet, but God damn it, I feel like it. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm fucking tired all the time. But my boy Mob, hey, shout out to the Oakland Raiders, man. Ain't no pity like it, ain't no party like an Oakland party. Oh, yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. We gotta recreate that type of shit out here, man. But okay, I think we pretty much know the best of Mendoza. You know, we talked about it for months upon months. But seeing the worst, what he needs to work on, pocket presence, right? Throwing off platform, throwing to the middle of the field. Okay, we'll say that. At the same time, maybe line checks, doing the line and understanding protection, which is why they went and signed a guy like Linderbaum, right? That's one. 5-star. He was a 5-star? Different. That's different. But yeah, bro, like, those are things he got to work on. You know what I mean? He's definitely got to work on that. Again, pocket presence, line checks, okay? Throwing in the middle of the field, off-platform throws. Got to do that. Now, the line checks to me are something that I can kind of take off. And like I said, we got Linderbaum. The reason you get Linderbaum is that your rookie quarterback don't have to sit there and 54 the mic. This is the mic. He's coming. Like, he ain't got to do that right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's leave that up to old Lindy. Let Tyler do that. All right? Because just Tyler is a veteran. He done been there, seen that. All right? So when he sees somebody checking or he sees somebody blitzing and doing all that, he can make the proper checks and let the line know. And let Fernando just focus on, well, what is the picture I'm seeing? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck am I looking at on the defense? So I think that could work, man. That we might be able to take off. My boy SoCal in the building. What's going on with you, big dog? Appreciate you for tapping in, family. Dre said you're a dad. That's why you tired all the time. Got to learn how to work tired. Oh, 100%. 100%. There's no sleep. I love my guy, man. I love my guy to death. But God damn it, this 1-year-old to 2-year-old phase, man, fuck. Like, he don't want to sleep. And it's like, soon as you sit down as a couple, you and your lady, or you and your significant other, you and whoever, you sit down as a couple, you just sit down by yourself. You take that big sigh and breath. You like, you can relax. Then you hear the fucking crying upstairs 5 minutes after. You like, oh my God. Oh my God. When it took the baby 30 minutes to sleep and you only get 5 minutes of rest before he wake back up again crying. Oh, dog. There's no worse pain. No worse pain at all, dog. Anybody that got kids know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. There's no worse pain. Try twins. They'll get you. I'm good, bro. I couldn't even fucking imagine. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. If I had twins, if I had 2 baby rundowns, right? It wouldn't be that many shows. It wouldn't be that many shows. I'll tell y'all right now. It wouldn't. Then some more. Yeah, bro, there's some more shit to do. Right? You like, goddamn. I want you. It feel like, bro, as soon as anybody got PS5, as soon as I click the little PS5 button and you hear the little beat from the machine, fuck, bro, fuck. Can't even do nothing. Can't do nothing. I blame Gino for your struggles, Rundown. As you should, Rose Town. As you should. Going out there with the Jets and shit, leaving us when he just fucked us like this. It is what it is. He's saying all this sweet shit to the Jets, but it's fine, though. He got us to the number 1 overall pick. Can't be mad. I need a girlfriend. Hey. They get on your fucking nerves, too. They get on your fucking nerves, too. Don't worry about it. If it ain't the fucking baby, all right? If it ain't the baby, it's your lady. It's your lady. Y'all know. You finally gonna get some alone time with your lady. Both of y'all gonna fall asleep on 100%. It's over. That's happened last night. But hey, y'all know. If it ain't the baby, it's your lady. Somebody gonna piss you off in the household at some point. If you the man of the house, y'all, most of us up in here are, you know. Y'all know. When they throw up everywhere, you bathe them, they shit all up. Bro. Feel me? It's a lot. It's a lot that goes in. My boy Prez, relatable on that, trying to get that downtime. I'm out here trying to complete chapter 6. Oh, bro. That shit gonna take months. That's why it'd be hard for me to even play. Like, I want to play RPG games so bad, bro. But it's like, I like to get into the story. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to fucking play an RPG game. I got to get into the story. I only got 5 minutes to do it before I got to fuck around and get up. That's just tough. But real quick, we hit the hour 30 mark. Okay, we hit the hour 30 mark. Don't want to go too long, but I do want to talk about, I don't know. I kind of want to talk about this, but I do kind of want to save it for another episode. I don't know. I'm gonna let y'all talk about it. If y'all want to talk about the AFC West thing, or y'all want to save that for maybe blunts and breakdowns later on this week. Cause we got a lot of topics, bro. There's a lot of topics, man. No, the new shit. Are you on that new joint? I'm jealous, bro. I am jealous. Who has Crimson Desert? I'm gonna say that. Who the fuck has Crimson Desert? And let me know if it's worth the buy. I saw $70 and clicked out of the PlayStation store so fucking quick. So y'all gotta let me know. Y'all gotta let me know if it's worth the buy. Because I'm not finna spend no fucking $70 on no game. All right. Ghost of Yote? Oh, gladly. I'll spend that $70. I don't give a fuck. I'll spend that. But some new shit, that's different. I gotta know. 805 negative. QB better know how to make the proper line adjustment. The center typically makes the strength call based on the front. QB makes the adjustment based on pre-snap motion and coverage pressure. But at the same time, 805, right? What if what he's seeing is not the correct thing, right? I'm saying, like, what if what Fernando is seeing is not the proper check? Then at least we know that Linderbaum can do that. What I'm saying basically too, I feel like for the first 8 weeks of the season, Fernando is going to need to learn how to do that. And he's not, let's just keep it a beat, he's not going to learn how to do that properly, right? If he does know how to do that from day one, well, we got some shit on our hands. But I don't think Fernando's going to know how to make proper line adjustment all the way correctly. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he'll know and he'll study and he'll learn. Not saying he'll never get it, but as far as knowing more than Linderbaum, I feel like he'll probably defer to Linderbaum at first. And then as the season progresses, we'll get more and more of him feeling comfortable doing that, right? With pre-snap and all the extra, he'll get more comfortable doing things of that nature. That's how I feel it will be starting off. And that's why I feel like they wanted Linderbaum badly too. So that they could take that pressure off his shoulders to start it off. But I feel like as the season goes, he's definitely going to be doing more of what you're talking about, 805. But just, yeah, as we start off, I just feel like they're going to take that off his shoulders to start. Make a post about it on the YouTube community tab. You know what? I'm about to, bro. I need to see who has Crimson Desert, who's played. At Rundown, you see the meme video talking football coaches talking from Cali. Yes. I'm gonna be real, Rochit. This is so funny. I moved to Georgia, right? Everybody, some people know I moved to Georgia for a while, came back. But when I moved to Georgia, I had some of my Georgia friends send me that exact meme and say, "This is how we feel. This is how you sound to us." And I don't believe that shit. But when you go down south or you go to some other places, bro, that's not California, like we are very, very different in our dialect, bro. Very different. Because we pronounce everything. You know what I mean? We pronounce every syllable. Motherfuckers out in the south, another place, they don't pronounce not every syllable. They just don't. I don't know what it is over there. But facts. I get what you're saying. Linderbaum should be tasked with some pre-snap work until Fernando comes along. Yeah, that's basically what it is. Then that's just a problem. Just another question mark to add to the list. Another reason why I'm not about him at number one. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a problem because, I mean, I don't think Ty Simpson is as great as that right now either. I still think, this is what I'm saying, right? Because we don't know how much he can do. We just don't know. We don't know how much Kubiak is going to put on his plate. You know, we don't know, like, if you were Kubiak 805, how much are you putting on Fernando to start off? That's the question. You know what I mean? Like, would you just give him the whole playbook to start off? Or would you just say, like, nah, we're going to go incrementally and then figure it out like that? Let me know what you're thinking. If Rundown were the coach, that would 100% be him. Yeah, you got it right. My motherfucker's going to be in line. We are going to be in line. All right? I don't want no back talk either, bruh. You know you fucking up, you fucking up. My boy Prez said, I seen some of the shorts of that game. Few people fried it because some of the shit of the game isn't rendered 100%. I guess you fought. They got to patch the shit, man. And they've been talking about this game for months and they still got patches. Like, come on now. You sound like you've been living down here. Some of that Georgia shit, bro, rubbed off a little bit. You know what I mean? Some of the shit. I'm not gonna say some of the damn lingo that they got down there, but some of that country shit definitely rubbed off. I ain't gonna lie. It's not bad. I think, me and my lady talk about it, bro. We're gonna move back out there when we older. When we're older, we'll move back out there because it's a lot of slow pace. It's cool. You know what I mean? If you're black people, you know what I mean? If you look, I love IE and I love California, but sometimes, bro, in the IE, if you black, I be feeling like a polar bear in the desert sometimes. I ain't gonna cap. So at least when I went to Georgia, I'm like, shit, I can blend in. I can blend in. I'm amongst people. Around here it should be different. I got you, coach. I got you. Ah, shit. $17. We on, boy. We on. Kevin Pinkston in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, bro. Thank you. Yeah. When it's in Georgia, bro, I'm like, y'all motherfuckers skip every second syllable on a word, don't you? Every second syllable. I remember visiting Miami. You said Miami. Mississippi the same way. Mississippi the same fucking way. Oh, and then I got fam in Kentucky and shit too. So we go to Kentucky all the time. You know what I'm saying? I see how they over there. It's like, damn, bro. Sometimes you gotta do this shit to understand. I need subtitles sometimes. What the fuck they be saying? Ty Simpson shows legitimate examples multiple times a game, change protections, and using motion snap to create ideal matchups. There's examples. Mendoza doesn't have the examples. But 805, are we saying that he can't do it? Or are we saying that we don't know that he can do it? That's the thing, right? Can he do it? Because I believe he can do it. I believe he can do it. And what it sounds like, I might be tripping, but what Indiana and Cignetti made it sound like is that, like, now I don't know how true this is, but it made it sound like he knows, like when he gets up to the line and he's doing all that, he pretty much can figure out and decipher what they're already doing once he gets up to the line, right? But you got to have some type of checks, right? So I don't know about that. You got to have some type of checks. That, and like, if somebody said that to me, I wouldn't believe that shit either. Telling you. I'm telling you, bro. Let me see, man. I agree. Tyler Linderbaum equates to when Derek Carr got Rodney. Yep. 100%. Now, look, man, we're about to get ready to get on out of here real quick. What we're going to do, I'm going to save that topic probably for blunts and breakdowns of the next one about if the Raiders are the last team in the AFC West still. I would love to get y'all takes on that, but we're going to say that for next time. What I want to do right now, before we end up getting out this mug, all right? And then I get the dirty look because I've been on here for 2 hours. We're going to do this real quick before we get out of here, man. End it off with our last segment of the day, man, which is rundown. All right, and that's we're just gonna put a nice bow on every day, as you know, get some Q&A questions going in the chat real quick. Talk to y'all, whatever questions y'all might have, whatever y'all just want to talk about for the real brief next 10 minutes. We're gonna do all that, and then we're gonna get ready to get on out of here, man. But this has been a beautiful show. Beautiful. I love the Monday morning show. We always doing that thing. 805 says, I'm not saying he can't do it. It's just another question mark. Okay. Because he doesn't show it. How many question marks do you want with the number 1 overall pick? That is true. Well, who was number 1 pick last year? Cam Ward. There was questions. What was questions about who was number 1 pick before Cam Ward? Nah, I didn't not many of that questions about Caleb Williams. Nobody give a fuck. Before Caleb Williams, who was that? I forgot who was Caleb Williams. Oh, Bryce Young. Questions, right? I mean, we'll see. That is, it's just a lot of things, 805 though, that we're not going to be able to answer. We're just not. Even with Ty, and this is the thing about Ty Simpson too. There are questions with Ty Simpson that we're not going to be answering until somebody drafts him because he only has 15 starts. You feel what I'm saying? Like he only has 15 starts. So in that regard, we don't know what the fuck we're getting with him either. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what we're getting from him either. So there's gonna be questions, regardless of what it's gonna be. Oh shit. Hey, I got an uncle that sound like that, so I'm not being real. I got an uncle that sound like that. Got an uncle that sound like that. True, he did. But again, we saying there are going to be questions. There are questions regardless of however it is. There's questions. You feel what I'm saying? If you're talking about Ty Simpson specifically, there are going to be questions. Durability concerns. Only has 15 starts. You feel what I'm saying? He does panic sometimes with pressure too. So we're going to have to figure these things out. Right? We're going to have to figure out what he's got going on. Because those are questions I have for him. And the durability is one of the biggest shits. To be honest, 805. I mean, come on, man. Come on, 805. We got to be real. Durability is a big one. That's huge for me. I can't have my quarterback missing time. But there are certain things that we'd have to fuck around. You know, we got to see. Dixon says, what wide receivers you looking at in the draft? Ooh, shit. Let's talk about it. I'm going to take out all the top 3, bro, because the top 3, we're not going to be able to get that illustrated. So I'm standing firm. I don't give a damn, bro. I got arguments for this. I think Denzel Boston is nice, bro. I think Denzel Boston can be a wide receiver 1. I definitely think that. I definitely think that. There's some people that say he can't separate, can't do certain things, but that hand strength. I've seen him run routes, right, as well. I've seen him get open. There are times the quarterback, I don't think the quarterback for Washington is all that good, to be honest with you, because there are times he's throwing the ball and Boston has to come back to the ball, right? Now, yes, he's 6'4". He's not going to run routes like Jordan Tyson, right? He's not going to run routes like some of them other dudes, but what he does have is the 50-50 ability. And I think that shit right there, bro, is bar none some of the best shit in this class, right? You know, we talk about We talk a lot of stuff about, Malachi Fields and Jacoby Lane, which I do like them. And I think their 50-50 ability is good on the spectacular realm, right? I think Fields and Lane have more spectacular catches, right? They got the one hand and they got this. Like, it's crazy. As far as consistency, though, if I threw Denzel Boston 10 red zone fade balls, I'm going to get 8 of them hoes. I ain't going to lie, bro. I'm going to get 8. At least 8. And that right there, I take that to the bank. I will take that shit to the bank. Again, 6'4", with Mendoza, who's 6'5", and Boston already got that back shoulder ability. He already has that back shoulder type shit. Yeah, I mess with him. If it's not him, Fields, of course, from Notre Dame. He's another big body guy because I feel like we need to look at big bodies. No more little stature receivers, right? Like, if we didn't sign Jalen Naylor, sure, you could sell me on the Zachariah Branch, the Concepcion, right? Antonio Williams from Clemson. But now that we got Naylor, like, that don't make no fucking sense now. So you got to get a bigger body. So Jacoby Lane, Malachi Fields, Ted Hurst can be another guy, from Georgia State. Look, man. Brazzle, Brazzle is cool, bro, but he don't have the 50-50 ability I'm looking for. That's just me, right? I'm looking for 50-50 ability. Somebody who's going to high point the football at a high clip. I don't think that's Brazzle's game. I don't. And I'm not trying to bring in I'm not saying he's Dante Thornton, but I'm not trying to bring in somebody that's tall as shit, but don't have no high point ability. You know what I mean? Like, that don't make no sense. Uh-oh. Birthday shout out. Happy birthday. Is it Jonah? Am I saying it correctly? Let me know if I'm saying the name correctly. I don't want to mess your day up on the birthday, but happy birthday. Hope you're having a great day as well, man. Get out there. Go do something, man. Go force your pops to go take you somewhere and spend some money, damn it. That's exactly what it is. But happy birthday to you, man. Hope you have a great day. Let me see. 805 says, I got my question marks with Ty. That's why I got a second round grade on him. But Simpson checks a lot more boxes than Mendoza as it relates to what translates to the NFL. Okay. No, and I give you that. Terrence Washington agreed. I ain't mad at that. Oh, hell yeah, bro. I don't see the discourse. I see somebody, like, there's a lot of people calling Denzel Boston Keon Coleman. I'm like, what the fuck are we watching? I went back and watched Keon Coleman, and it's not even the same fucking person. Like, it's not even the same receiver to me. So what I see might get killed. Who cares, bro? I stand 10 toes. I see Michael Pittman when I see fucking Denzel Boston. No cap. I see he's not quite Drake London, but I see Michael Pittman. I see that. And Michael Pittman is a very successful NFL for a number of years. Very, very successful in the NFL for a number of years at his size. And I guarantee you, if I go back to Michael Pittman's draft prospect and profile, they were saying he's 6'4" and can't fucking separate, and he can't do this and he can't do that. No, they always say that with the bigger body. They said about Teddy McMillan last year. Now, I'm not saying Denzel Boston is McMillan, but it's like every tall receiver, we can't just keep slapping that tag on them and be, they can't separate because they're big. Oh, they can't break down in routes. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Really, all you need is a 50-50 guy. Go get it, guy. Already got Burner and Trey, Thornton, Bowers, who does everything. Thank you, Brian. Thank you. All you need, there's nothing else we need on this receiver core now other than somebody that Fernando, whoever the quarterback is, to say, fuck it, he down there somewhere. That's it. That's what we need. Okay, and if we get that with the ability of Bowers in their intermediate, the ability with Trey and Thornton to stretch the field, we can do work. Phil Sims says Denzel Boston is wide receiver 1. I don't know if I'll go that far, but I do think he is one of the better guys in this class. I don't get, if he falls out of the first round, bro, travesty. If he gets to 36, I'll start the live up as I'm loading the plane to go to Pittsburgh. If he falls out of the first round on night 1, right? I'm gonna load up the live as I'm loading the plane to go to Pittsburgh so they don't fuck up the pick. Because I'll tell you right now, at 36, bro, we should take that. I think so. Now there's nose tackles and all type of shit that might be there, bro. But I don't think nothing really replaces having that guy on the outside, right? Nothing really that puts points on the board. Nothing really replaced that. I think you got to grab that. You know what I mean? And this class at DT and D linemen are so large, right? It's so deep. You fuck around, right? Say our first three, you can fuck around and get a big citrus in the third round. You know what I mean? Fuck around and get big citrus in the third round. We sitting pretty. Fernando first round. Denzel Boston second round. Big citrus third round. Oh yeah, you got them right. I'm doing backflips on the stream. I'm good. So there's a lot of ways, a lot of weaponry that we can add, man. I think receiver gets thinner past the second round. And look, because there's some more things out here, and we'll get right to it. But there are people that are saying we don't need a wide receiver. We need to wait until next year. That's what a lot of people are saying. Let me look at Instagram real quick. That we need to wait till next year. I don't agree. Why would we wait a year to give our freshly drafted quarterback new weaponry? Don't you want him to try to succeed with what he has now? I mean, I don't want that, bro. I'm going to take a swing. I'm going to take a swing where I can take a swing. I'm going to try to get a wide receiver one. There are no wide receiver ones in this draft class. If the minute I get to hearing that there are no wide receiver ones in this draft class, I shut my ears off, bro. Like, huh? What are we saying? What are we saying? If you really have some people sitting there telling you that there are no guys worth taking in the first 1 or 2 rounds at receiver, like, bro, they're not watching film. They're not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's no way you can say that about Jordan Tyson. You can't say that about Carnell Tate. You feel what I'm saying? And some people say, well, Carnell Tate wasn't even the first receiver on his team. Neither was Emeka Ibuka, and neither the fuck was JSN. So there's that, right? Mekhi Lemon. If you tell me Mekhi Lemon went to the Rams right now, if he went to the Rams, we're going to be talking about Mekhi Lemon for a while. Right? We're going to be talking about him for a while. I think Denzel Boston is that guy, right? Like, so there's at least 4 dudes. We're not even talking about Concepcion and some of the other guys that should have some, if they land in some good spots, should have some real good careers, right? So think about it. Like, what if Concepcion lands with Kyle Shanahan in the 49ers like it's been mocked? Do we not have confidence in that player, that scheme? You know, like, I don't get what people are talking about when they say that. So thank you, Kurt. There's 3 off the top. 3 off the top. So no, I don't, go along that line. The only way I say we don't take no receiver round 2 is if, like, there is absolutely nobody there. You know what I mean? Like, if Boston went first round and we're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, just take a DT at that point. I saw another question. Let me see something. I saw another question. John, he says, in your opinion, how do you compare Mendoza to in the NFL current or former quarterbacks? I've said it the whole time, and I think I have to stand on it now. I think Mendoza is Matt Ryan to me. He's Matt Ryan to me. Now, you can take it or leave that. Some people don't like Matt Ryan. I was a fan of Matty Ice, though. So that's cool with me, right? If you were to tell me that Mendoza had a Matty Ice-like career as far as numbers, I'll take that. I'll take that shit all day and night. I'm sorry. I would take a Matt Ryan career for Mendoza all day and night. And I wouldn't even think fucking twice about it. Not twice. Some people say Jared Goff. I don't see Jared Goff because he's more athletic than Jared Goff to me. I think he's more athletic than Jared Goff. But, I can't, see people saying that. I'm not mad at people saying that. But I think Matt Ryan, that's just me. And if he was to have Matt Ryan's career numbers-wise, bro, I don't think none of us in here would say anything. Matty Ice, look, I think they have kind of the same velocity, arm strength, know what I'm saying? As far as Matty Ice didn't have the strongest arm. And they kind of got the same velocity or arm strength. I think Matty is the same. I think he's the same size as well. If I'm not even going to cap. I think you're around the same size. Let me look. Yeah. Matt Ryan, 6'4". 6'4", 230. Right? So they're around the same size. I feel like they both got sneaky athleticism, right? Matt Ryan, when he was younger, had some sneaky athleticism to him, right? Not nothing crazy, but he can get out the pocket. He can escape a little bit. That's why I don't say Jared Goff, because I think Mendoza will be able to escape a little bit more than Jared Goff, right? So he can get out, can move. Not the strongest of arm, but definitely it's above average. He got a strong enough arm. You feel what I'm saying? It's a strong enough arm. Both the same size. Both, I would think, if Mendoza work on his pocket presence like Matt Ryan did, that can work. But both are going to be field generals in the pocket as well. You know what I mean? So I think their games kind of similar each other a little bit from that regard right there. From that regard right there, I think it was similar itself a little bit. Now, coming out of Boston College, right? Coming out, this is a little different beast and animal. But as far as Mendoza, I think it could work, because I seen some people talk about Phillip Rivers and shit. I don't see Phillip Rivers. I don't see that as far as Mendoza. Goff is kind of, but then again, it's like every time I say Goff, I think he's more athletic than Goff. So that's like a hard comparison for me. That's why I keep saying Matty Ice, but that's just me. I'll take prime Matty Ice every day of the week on this. Man, what? Shit. I wouldn't even think twice, Dixon. Not a thing. I'd be happy as shit. I'm saying we got to surround the team. You know what I'm saying? Get the team correct, bro. Some people can say, well, he didn't win the Super Bowl or whatever the case. I'm not worried about that, bro. And then you can say he had Julio Jones. Matt Ryan was going to the playoffs before Julio Jones. So there's that. I really think Matt Ryan disrespect gets to a level. Too high of a level. If Matt Ryan won that Super Bowl, he'd probably be in the hall. But because he didn't, he probably not going to get in. Kurt says, I think people hope for that, but I never compare college QBs to NFL QBs. Nobody had Matt Ryan doing what he did in his career. Also had a great wide receiver to start. Not Julio. Who do you have? Roddy? Roddy White. Is that who he had when he first got there? Yeah. But I think it was proven, though, that Roddy White needed Julio too. You know what I mean? Like, if they went to another level when they got Julio, obviously, because Julio's a top talent ever at wide receiver. But, there was still more to be done. And I think they went to another level. It took everybody getting to another level when they got Julio, for sure. Wide receiver is slim pickings in 12-team fantasy draft. Imagine 32 teams looking for a trio of wide receivers that'll take a shot. Thank you. Every year. I'd rather have Omar DePero Mendoza. I would have said that, Rack, but we have Naylor. Naylor and Omar Cooper are the same player. They the same player to me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, or they're going to be doing the same role. They'd be doing the same role. So in that regard, you're not going to sign nobody for 3 years, 30 mil, that's going to be doing the same role as somebody you freshly drafted in the first 2 rounds, right? Like, that's not going to make no sense. I don't think. Some more. Bernard, Bell, Concepcion. Man, you talking right now, Kurt. I don't fall into that stigma where there's no receivers in here. Like, nah, bro. Nah. Looking around, bro, but I think that's it, man. I said we weren't going to go 2 hours, and we fucked around and went 2 hours. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. This has been a great, great stream, as always. We are always talking good ball around here, man. If you haven't already and you are new, make sure you guys are hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button if you stayed this long and you're feeling what you're hearing, right? Because we are still trying to creep to that 5K. We're going to do it soon, though. We're going to do it soon. It is going to happen. We are already like halfway. We are like halfway through. So I'm feeling good. We're going to get that before the season starts. We're going to get that definitely before the season starts. So before we get out of here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. As y'all know, show is sponsored by Fanatic and Underdog. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit the links down below. If you want some Raider jerseys or anything like that, go down below. Tap in with your boy, all right? And then hit the Fanatics link and go get something from them. If you want some hats, anything like that, go ahead, man. Go to Fanatics link, go down, go tap in with that. As far as the Underdog, hit the link down below in the Underdog, man. If you're trying to win some money on your NBA picks, trying to win some money on who you think gonna get drafted, if you're really feeling that goddamn confident, right? If you're really feeling that confident, go ahead. Play some bets on there. See if you can win some money. Use code The Rundown while you're doing it as well, so you can help your boy out in the show. And last but not least, as we continue to pay bills, boom. If you're looking to get some Rundown merch, we got the OG Rundown tee out now, available in white, black. Already got some orders in, man. Shipping them out soon. And at the same time, going to have some more designs on the way. Website is under construction, right? Rundown.com. We are under construction. So once that's up, you'll be able to just buy from the website, look at all the podcast links and all that from the website, and that's going to be done pretty soon. But we getting so official around here like a referee whistle, man. That shit is going to be fucking stupid soon. It's going to be stupid soon, the motion we got. So y'all already know what time it is, man. And the motion wouldn't be able to happen without y'all, right? Without y'all tuning in, bro, I'd just be another motherfucker on YouTube talking to himself. So, hey, it's all love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all know how I feel when it comes to y'all and helping me out, man. It's much love. So we're going to get ready to go on out of here. I'm going to go see what Baby Rundown doing, man. I'm about to go ahead and take my shift. It's my turn. Hopefully he sleep. But if not, right, y'all going to see me or later on in the week with Blunts and Breakdowns. We're going to do that on Thursday. Friday, we have State of the Nation with Cheeto. We'll talk about all rumors that may be circulated throughout the week as well. Till then, I'm going to see y'all next time. But y'all know what I always say here on this motherfucker. We keep it authentic from the clouds to the ground on the Raider Rundown. I'm going to see y'all next time, man.